What's up, guys? I'm gonna start in just 1 second. Just running through some tests here. Whoever's in there, will you sound check me, please? Whoever that is. Does the mic sound okay? Let me turn the audio down a little bit. I gotta turn off these speakers too, because I'm gonna double down. There we go. Alrighty. Let us see here. Oh, gotta remember all this stuff again. Okay. Alrighty. I think everything looks good on the stats. That looks nice. Don't need to record it. I wish it moved. I don't know what happened there. Oh well. Bada boom, bada bing. Alright, sweet. I'll be going live in about 2 minutes. 1 minute, probably. Hello, hello, hello. What is crack-a-lackin'? It has been a hot minute. That's for sure. From, looks like about almost 2 years or something. Jeez, time flies. What the absolute hell. Alright, looks like everything's good. I think my sound is okay. I got enough. Yep, that looks good. Yeah, I got new internet now. I'm excited for that. That's great. I actually have gigabyte internet. It's amazing, so I should have no problems anymore streaming. Although it was pretty impressive, I could stream off my phone when I used to do these, but it just wasn't consistent enough. So here we are for the first episode of the year. Thanks, my lonely little viewer, for being here. I appreciate that. I'm going to post one more little link here somewhere real quick. And then we'll start talking about some Bitcoin. Probably some other stuff too. Alright, let us see. Looking at my computers. Das computers. Let's see, they probably won't like this, but we're going to do it anyway. Because, why the F not? What are they going to do? Kick me out? Alrighty. And here we go. We're off. Alright, so BTC, as y'all probably know, has been looking fabulous the last several months. Really, for the last 6 months or something. I mean, if we just check out, we're just going to jump right into it. Yeah, if you see here at the little March Corona dump, right back over here. Let me clean my chart up a little bit. Y'all don't want to see all this stuff on there. That's just too much stuff. We'll just start with pretty clean chart here. But now, we're going to leave that up. All right, yeah, so Corona dump was pretty much marking the lows there for this year. I mean, it's just been up ever since that. Just very, very impressive movements. Loving every bit of it. I know all my friends here are just super stoked. And I am as well. Don't get it twisted. We are in the irrational exuberance stage, it does feel like, for everything markets. So all this money printing that's been going on. What is it, like 23% of the entire U.S. money supply was printed last year. That was pretty crazy. But hey, whatever. I guess none of that really matters. Just watch that price. It knows all that before you can speculate all you want. If I do get any background noise and anyone wants to say, hey, that's kind of loud, I'm testing just this in an area that's kind of close to common areas to my house. So that's why I didn't start the other day. I just kind of had some issues with that. But anyway, it's a work in progress. I will gradually make it better as time goes on. But anyway, here we go. Let's get off of TradeStation. I don't know why it's popping that up. We don't want to play TradeStation right now. We don't want to do that. We need the real chart. Yeah, here we go. Bitstamp. That's where I got all my drawings on. As you can see, it's probably too many. But anyway, you can see this nice triangle that we were in for a long time finally busted out after these March lows. Just continuation the whole damn time. I mean, the weekly hasn't even really come close to the 21 exponential. This isn't exactly the 21, this yellow, but it's real similar to it. It's a little bit different measurement, but it lines up real well with the 21. Anyway, let's see here. What did I want to show? Oh yeah, let's just start with this RSI just to see where we're at, like in the history of this. We are really ticked up high here. We are at like 94-ish. And the only times we've ever been this high is all the way back in these mega pumps in 2013. If you were around back then, watching the markets, Jesus Christ, that was absolute brutal of a rally. We can see right here if we want to zoom in. If look at this. I mean, you're talking 1,300% and 1,000%, just absolute banana moves. And they had similar posturing where it's just the weeklies just are riding all the way up this without even barely touching them. So that's the only comparison we have to this. Even in 2018 or 17, you know, you came back and touched it several times. Here. I guess we'll count that one too. It's close enough. So yeah, we've had a couple pullbacks, but this is just straight green dildos up the bunghole. It's I don't know. Someone in one of the chats that I'm in was saying that there's not any euphoria or whatever in the markets, and it's like, well, maybe not in our chat room as much, although I would respectfully disagree with that too, but lots of memes and stuff being posted in there and constant praising of their portfolios and etc. But whatever, it's all good. I'm excited too, so I'm not saying that like negatively, just making an observation. But yeah, I mean, this up until it's not. This is in blue sky breakout territory, and the trend's intact until it's not. There's not really much TA you can do. The best thing that there is pretty much fib extensions for targets, which is what these horizontals are up here. These are the two most extreme ones that you can make. And so there's going to be quite a bit of resistance up here in this area. I'd say between probably like 38,000 up to like mid 40s, which sounds crazy, but it's not even that far away on a percentage basis. I mean, you're only talking like 20%. It's only another 20% and we're up there. So obviously that's nothing. We've been moving 10% every damn freaking day, it feels like. Altcoins are catching bids now, which is pretty cool. We can go check that out on Coin Checkup, which is way better than Coin Market Cap if you don't know. Almost at $1 trillion on the market cap. Just absolute bananas. It's finally here. We made it to the moon forever. Stock to flow says they're going to 200 billion per coin. I'm not going to go there. I don't want to make everybody get mad because I really don't like stock to flow. But it just assumes way too much stuff. And it's like spawned out of the gold, like precious metals community, and gold doesn't even really follow it that well, so it's just kind of funny. It just assumes like these numbers just off supply, whatever. You know, if you want to use it, that's great. But there's going to be a point where that shit disconnects, and it's going to be brutal. It's going to really hurt. But right now, that hasn't happened yet, so whatever. Maybe I'll be wrong. I'd love to be wrong. I'd love Bitcoin to be 200 billion per coin, but I don't think that that's very likely. Like, what would the energy consumption be at that point? I don't even know. It's a little beyond my pay grade and knowledge, but oh man, look at this. Number one mover today, Stellar. Have no idea what's going on there. Let's go check it out real quick because that's absolute bananas. It just keeps going up. Beast mode. I guess it's the new Ripple or something. But yeah, I mean, this is in a blue sky breakout as well. I mean, you're pretty much bullish as shit above like 23 cents here. So even if we zoom in, yeah, it's starting to stall out a little bit. Looks like maybe this move is starting to taper here. RSI is slowing down. But Jesus, man, like, who would have thought that? How could Jeb make something so cool and go up? Because it's a scam. Maybe it is a scam. I don't know. Everybody really hates Ripple. Oh my God, TradeStation. Stop creeping in on my... No one wants to use you for crypto pricing. Jeez. Ripple tried to participate today in that move right here with Stellar, but after pumping about 30%, it just gave most of it back up, and we're back below the medium-term time frames, which is this yellow line here. And that kind of sucks. That's almost a rejection. I'm not like a Ripple fanboy or nothing, but I do think that everyone's getting a little bit crazy about thinking Ripple is some super terrible thing and it's the banker's coin and all this other BS. It's like after all the recent news we've gotten in the last few months from the OCC and them being able to use crypto as settlement layers and doing custodial services for it. I mean, is Bitcoin now a banker coin? I don't know. Something to think about. I actually don't think that that's like super great news, because what about, like, isn't that what Bitcoin was supposed to be, was to fight banks? And now here we are, like, excited that they're approving something that was supposedly there to dismantle them. I don't know. It seems really weird that people are super excited about that. I guess it's a level of acceptance or something, but I'm still kind of processing that one. It just seems a little off to me. Man, because like 5 years ago, if you talked about that, people would just not even give a fuck. They'd just be like, well, whatever. Who cares if the banks accept it? It's the new thing. It's replacing them. And now it's like, oh, yes, we're accepted into the mainstream. And also think about the trackability of crypto too. I mean, like if you put, I'm going to go off on a little tangent here. I'm going to digress slightly, but if I sent you, $5K through a Cash App or something, there's no extra requirements for me to, like, for the bank to collect on me or you that already existed anyway. You already have your name at the bank account and stuff, but there's not like extra stuff. Like what they're trying to do now is put extra layers of information attached to like wallets, and I hope it's not like private, like personal wallets too as well. That seems like where they're trying to go with this. That's why I don't like any of the verbiage that these banks are using. It just kind of scares me, but I need to see a little bit more info. They've just barely kind of scratched the surface, but it seems like it's just opening the doors for more control over Bitcoin. And then that's probably just the biggest red flag or something. Not red flag, that's not the right term. But it could just kind of curb the appeal for it. I mean, I just don't... Like I said, I'm still processing that info. It's very new. It's only been out for like the last few months. So just something kind of stinks about it. Anyway, let's go back to some charts, because who cares about that? We just got to look at things going up. Let's look at Ethereum. ETH. Oh, TradeStation, you little bastard. It used to default to Bitstamp. I don't know what's going on there. All right. Ethereum, wow, just pump it up. All the way up to almost 1,200 today. The last few days have been absolute bananas for it. It did lag a little bit. Like, let's zoom out a little on a weekly. It was lagging while Bitcoin was rallying hard, but it does look like it's starting to get the love. I would be shocked if we don't see all-time highs on Ethereum in the next week. I just don't see how that pretty much can't happen. And let me stretch this line out here a little bit, because this is pretty interesting. This trend line, although it's kind of an ugly one, but it breaks out. Corona dump. Watch out. The world's ending. Everyone's gonna die. Same thing with Bitcoin. Almost identical. Everything's sold off. But Bitcoin and Ethereum is a hedge. It's a hedge to the markets. Well, no, clearly it's not, because this is all rallying together. I'll show you all a chart here in a second that shows how correlated they are. Even though people don't want to believe that they are. That's okay. Everything becomes correlated in down markets and bear markets anyway. So let me move this up a little bit. Same just pattern as Bitcoin, just dump, and then it was just over. I was watching this week here too, trading, and I've told some of my close buddies, it just felt exactly like 2015, just like of that late September, I believe it was. It was in the fall, just like the super dump of Bitcoin, and it was like the final push down before it just rallied. It was around like $200-ish, depending on the exchange that you looked at. But yeah, we never looked back after that. And man, if we do something similar to that with this run, geez, I guess, Bitcoin's floor on that was like in the 3,000, 4,000 area. So shit, maybe 10-ish K, as I'm saying that. I'm trying to just go off memory here. Let me pull up a chart for that. Yeah, okay, so about high 3,000s. And so it looks like all this business right here. Oh my god, dude, I'm about to break the TradeStation crap. So yeah, it looks like pretty much anything above like 12.5 again is going to be super bullish for Bitcoin. I mean, that was the whole deal with the sell-off back here when, I think in one of the other videos that I started, it was pretty much until we get back above this 618 retracement, which was at about 13.5 from this sell-off, which it got rejected here last summer. You couldn't even get super bullish like at all. Like, yeah, you could play these runs. Yeah, I get it. There's like big pumps here and there, but overall macro conditions, it really needed to be above that. And as you can see, as soon as we got over that shit on a weekly close, it was just, that's it. It hasn't looked back since then. Fibonacci is definitely a real thing. If you don't know it, you should definitely learn it. It's real easy to use. As you can see how I just drew it on there to measure moves. If you want to do that, you just kind of go like here and then measure. And that would be the retracement. Oh, sorry, wrong button. So you just measure that move, and then it has retracements back up into it. You can see here. Let me zoom in. You can see here is like the same thing on the Corona dump. Once it got back above 8,000, you can actually see that it consolidated above that region this whole time before taking off. So that's kind of what you're looking for. Fib is not overly complicated. I know it seems like it is, but That it's literally that simple. Measure a move that you want to see the retracement on, and go from there. And you can use it on any time frame too. So like if you wanted to even go on a 2 hour, I mean, you can literally use it on this little section right here too if you wanted. Like you could measure this move. So it can be applied on any time frame. And it also has the extensions on the top here. You can see 2618, 1618. All the 618s are the more critical ones. And on that, since I'm on that note, that's where these came in. These are extensions from these sell-offs. And if you notice, this one already got met, the 4618 right here. I mean, went right to it, blew right past it. So it's just so strong right now. Even and if you notice here, though, we are at the 4618 from the Corona dump. And that's the only reason I'm a little bit cautious here. I've actually taken some risk off the table up here just because of that. And also the futures for Ethereum coming out in about 3 weeks. I believe it's early, the first week of February, like the 5th or 4th or something. And I don't like that. The bankers are sneaky little effers, and they will screw people over at any chance they can get, just like they did with Bitcoin. Let me show you that. Let me take off all these stupid drawings. Let me show y'all. Whoops. Oh, there you go. You can see my history if you wanted to know that. You can pause it right there. All right, let me go back to 2018 area, and let me show you the day the futures came out. Right here. This is the day Bitcoin futures came out. Look at that. Literally the top. And let me take it out of log so you can kind of see. Oh, doesn't actually matter. I thought it would matter a little bit more, but it doesn't. So it had like the last little final blow off that little day, you know, another $1,000 or something. And then that was it. And then it rolled over from there. And of course the past doesn't mean what the future is going to do, blah, 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 whatever that saying is. But it's definitely noteworthy. And I just don't, like that happened with gold too. It's happened with a lot of things when CME futures come out. This kind of pattern. And so I just don't like that. And if they do the same shit like they did last time, like when they launched, you only could go long. Like no broker would let you short Bitcoin. So that's super crazy. And what the absolute F, right? Like why couldn't you short it? So if they do that same thing with Ethereum futures, watch out. And so, like I said, that's in early February, which is on the chart. That's going to be about right here. So just a few weeks away. We're almost there. Let's see if we have any divergences or anything on Bitcoin that we can look at. Nothing. Just super strong. Look at the RSI, super strong. DMI been strong since October 10th. Also, when it passed all the moving averages here and consolidated for about a week before taking off. This was super, super bullish price action. And then once it confirmed again over that, which we just discussed a second ago, above this area, which was that 618 retracement from the 2017 high, it's been off to the races. The daily's been staying above mostly the shortest term moving average. I mean, we only had two little blips test the medium term, which is similar to a 21. I mean, we kind of had this little sell-off here, which was pretty brutal. That was big. That was like 17%. But it looks like it's just giving more fuel to the bulls. Let's zoom in a little bit. Oh, this is interesting. Okay, let me see here. So, we actually are starting to build... I didn't notice this earlier. We're actually starting to build a little bit of bearish divergence on the medium time frames. just right here. This one actually kind of, let me see, I got to zoom in. Yeah, that one technically got reset, but we do have it right here, though, from this connection to this one. It's not super strong, but it's definitely noteworthy. So lower time frames are starting to get a little bit, I wouldn't say bearish, but they're kind of saying, hey, you know, here's like a slight little chirp from the canary, possibly. If this RSI gets back above, though, on the medium time frames, back above like 80-ish, you know, and definitely if it takes out these highs, then that'll negate that again. But, I mean, it's definitely noteworthy. But until it creeps in on the daily, which we don't have any sign of that yet, it's got a lot of work to do to put in some divergence, so on a daily. So it's not, you always have to default to the higher time frames. The trend is your friend, as cliche and cringy as that stupid saying is, it is totally true. It really is. It sucks, but that is one of the best ones in the trading world, I think, is the trend is your friend. Don't fight it. You know, if you want to buy dips when it starts getting weak looking like this, you know, that's okay, as long as you're above medium term moving averages like this orange one here on, you know, a significant time frame like a daily, then yeah, you know, that's fine. That's sometimes I'll play like that if I'm not already in the trade and I need to get an entry. I'll definitely do that. But yeah, this is definitely gone parabolic. There's no doubt about it. The thing, though, is on a monthly, this almost looks like it's kind of starting. I definitely would not be surprised to see that 4618 area, which we just discussed. Let me erase that. Which we just discussed right here, getting hit, which is at about low 40,000s. So if we can clear 36,000, let's say like 36, 37,000 on like a daily, then yeah, it's pretty likely we'll hit in that low 40,000 targets. And then up there, that's going to be real sketch for me. This whole range in the 40K handle is going to be, I'm going to be real cautious there. If we do get there, I will probably limit most of my exposure to crypto. And everyone's going to be like, why would you do that, man? It's going to 200,000. Yeah, maybe. The next targets after that are 65, and then we've got 80. And I think that's all I can kind of extrapolate from the price action we have now. You know, that can change later, but with the info at hand, that's pretty much the extensions that I can come up with. Oh, I know, pull up stock to flow. It says we're going to a trillion. I just don't understand that, man, that it's literally projecting infinity on the stock to flow model, like after a certain time frame. Like, that's just hey, to each his own, whatever. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm looking at right now for Bitcoin. If we can get going there. It is noteworthy that on DMI here, you're starting to get the bears are trying to creep in on this area. So, and that kind of coincides with the medium-term time frames of that bearish divergence that we just showed. And so, yeah, but if this clears back out, then we'll be good to go, and that will probably give us to that $40,000 handle. Let's see, anything else I wanted to look at? Oh yeah, weekly RSI. We already did that. So monthly RSI though gives us a different picture. The weekly, as I said, didn't have any. It wasn't close to the highs before back here. And let me just show you again, just in case. Right here, bam, we're at about 96, and this is at 99.4 on a weekly. I've looked at a lot of charts. I don't know if I've ever seen any asset on a weekly that's ever been 99.4. I mean, that's like 0.6 away from being 100 flat, like the max. That's super crazy. But yeah, anyway, so we are up in the frothy territory. As much as people don't want to believe it, it's definitely true. We are up here because you've got here. Look at here when we were down below. in these areas. These were all really good accumulation zones. And so, I mean, now we're on the upper end of that. Yeah, I understand that this, it can stay up here. I don't like to use the term overbought. I think that's kind of, I don't know, overused, maybe. It's not understood. Just because it's going up like that is, it just means it has strength. There we go. That's the words I'm looking for. It just has strength. So if we can get back up and stay up here above, especially the 70 area, yeah, the trend's pretty much intact. But on the monthly, look at this. 84. We were up here at 96 all these times in the mid 90s on a monthly. So we do still have, about 10 points on that to go. And that probably coincides well with that 40K handle area. And if we get in there, that's just another reason for me to be a little bit extra cautious. So the monthly shows that we still do have a little bit of room to run. So getting up in this target 40K, if we get there, then we'll reassess and see how it does get there. And then just got to kind of reevaluate with the new information that you have on hand. You don't want to really do projections. That's super dangerous. Because usually people are wrong. We did get a nice little reset here on this sell-off as soon as the RSI regained this exponential. The gray one on here is like a moving average type exponential thing on top of RSI. It's very handy for momentum. You also can just use this short term. This is a 10 simple, this teal line. It's kind of like a 9 EMA. They're real similar, but I prefer the 10 simple on that short-term one. So you also can use that too. You can see it coincides when it got above here. But it also didn't get faked out by this one. Look at that. See? But ow. See, it went above it and then immediately closed. But now we're back above it, so bulls are definitely back in the game for now. See if they can keep this up. The only thing is DMI is in the neutral zone, which is this level and this level, 16 and 26. That's considered neutral. So we're both in there. I'd like to see this on the lower time frame get back above this to really confirm this momentum here. Otherwise, the RSI is going to be showing that slight bearish divergence. Let's see here. I wanted to go look at one other coin. What was it real quick? Oh man, look at that XEM. Very nice. Verge, what the hell? Old school guy making it. Wow, Maker is $1,100? Holy moly. Oh. Wow, I have not looked at this chart in a long time. Wow. Look at this consolidation right here. I mean, you couldn't get more beautiful chart action than that. Daily holding up on this long term. This is a 377, this red dotted one. That's for really long term trends. And look at that, just bouncing off of it. This is a beautiful chart. That sucks I missed this one. There's just so many coins and things to look at. Look at that, just today up 50%. Very lovely run. Not touching that though. All right, let's go to the other majors because I kind of went a little crazy and went back to, we didn't finish Ethereum. But yeah, Ethereum, like I said, probably is going to hit new all-time highs here in the next week or so. I'd be real surprised if it didn't. Everything looks real good. See, we're not in no neutral zones here. We are just regaining the strength, and we are above in that 70 area. So yeah, this is still looking real good. Except, sorry, I gotta get off this damn TradeStation. Yeah, you saw those ugly ass wicks on that chart. Do not go on TradeStation and use their platform. They have some real scammy wicks. And it reminds me of these shit exchanges where they just clean everybody out back in the day real quick because they didn't have no depth in them. You'd be like, wait, why did this exchange tank 40% over here? But it didn't on all the other ones. But yeah, this looks great. I mean, as long as we're above this short-term moving average and ultimately above this yellow one on a closing basis on this 3 hour, I mean, you can't really get bearish. So it's kind of that simple right now. Again, the cliche, stupid saying of the trend is your friend. All right, let's look at Litecoin. Charlie Lee, where's he been at? Is he talking about anything right now? He might be. I don't really read too much news. But yeah, look at this. Same pattern that Bitcoin kind of had. Huge triangle. Crypto loves its triangles. It's probably the favorite type of pattern that it loves to play out with. Broke out, same thing. Just absolute banana moves here. Litecoin, let's look at it on a weekly on the RSI. Relative to, oh my god, TradeStation, I swear, you gotta stop sneaking in. Oh, Bitstamp, no, we gotta get a different, we gotta go to a different one here. Let's go to, Bitfinex should have more data. There we go. Alright, so, I just wanted to compare, alright, so it's in a similar position as Bitcoin, kind of right here up at the highs. How about on a monthly? Oh my god, wow, it's got a lot more to run on the monthly. Jeez. That's kind of crazy. I'm not sure what to think about that. What was the previous all-time high with 300 something? Yeah, 330. Charlie Lee was like, I'm dumping. That guy, what a fucking trade, man. That dude killed it. Let's look at the 618 retracement on this, though, because I don't believe we've hit it. No, we have not. Look at that, 230. So it looks like Litecoin's probably about to go to 230. We're holding up above the 382, which is 150. And if you want to be real conservative, as long as it holds this previous week's open, which is coinciding over here with this close at about 130-ish. Yeah, that looks real good to run up to 230. So can't hate Litecoin. Let's go Charlie Lee. Looking great. Any divergence like on Bitcoin? Nah, I wouldn't count that. That's too damn close. That's too damn close. It actually looks a little bit better than Bitcoin. See, look, this is getting in the weak zone for bears, I'm sorry, and the bulls are about to get back in the power zone after resetting the RSI. So man, Litecoin actually looks pretty good here. I actually like its chart better than the Bitcoin chart. Let's do some fib extensions. We'll do some live fib extension. And all right, so here's a debate. Everyone is a little different here. They'll be like, "Oh, I use wicks or only bodies." I kind of loosely do it because none of this is like science. It's not it's like more art-ish than science. So you kind of have to leave a little bit of margin of error. So like on this one, I'll usually just split it, right? And as you can see too on the top parts, I'll just point it at my screen. Like that helps. When I get video soon, maybe that will. But as you can see here, it doesn't really change it that much. Like if I do the wick, it's like the 2618 is 180-ish. But if I do the body, the 2618 is 171. I mean, really, $8 on 170, man, who gives a shit? So a lot of times what I'll do is I'll just kind of split the difference. So the 4618 extension is way up here at 286. So I'm gonna go ahead and mark these roughly. Oh, look at that. We're right at the 2618 right now at 175. So yeah, we get over that. And look at that. 3618 is 230, which is the 618. This is probably getting kind of confusing. Which is the 618 of the major sell-off here. So yeah, that's going to be the next target if we clear 175. It's very likely that we run up here about 25%, another $50 up to that resistance level, and then we'll see what happens after that. Because it doesn't have any bad like divergences or nothing on the medium time frames even. So Ethereum's looking, Litecoin's looking pretty damn good. I do want to do further dive into Ripple because it's everyone's favorite shitcoin. Not really. Just I don't have any issues with Ripple, whatever. They were actually one of the coins at first I was trying to get all the compliance in line and stuff. So, that's kind of funny. Everyone hates them. As you can see here, look at this support level where we're finding, damn it, TradeStation, you bastard. Get off my charts. All right, as you can see here, look how different. That's why I don't like TradeStation. There ain't no volume on there. So we're actually below these long-term moving averages. So that's not great. And this little rejection pump, that's not very sexy price action. We are way down here in the depths below the nasty, though, on RSI. We are looking like about to regain this exponential, though, so that's something to look for. I don't think Ripple's going to die. I mean, think about all these banks, man. Banks, for so long, have gotten fines. Like Goldman, all of them have paid so many fines for manipulating shit. I mean, they've been caught red-handed so many. I mean, it's ridiculous. And so that's probably what's going to happen with Ripple. They're just going to pay a little bit of a fine, and then it's going to be all good, and no one will care. That just seems to kind of be what happens. It's so fun to hate Ripple in the crypto space. It's really funny. But it's still a great performer. I mean, people still want to... Oh, shit. Sorry, this is a lot of trash on there. People forget that, it went up 1,300% just in the last final innings of the bull run. I mean, it was outperforming almost everything. So, hate it or love it. If you want to make money and trade, then why wouldn't you look at it? And it's got liquidity, so, well, I guess here in a week that might be different since a lot of the exchanges are taking it off. But, we'll see. That could change with a settlement or anything. All that is subject to definitely change here in the future. So I'm just keeping an eye on it. I'm definitely not writing off Ripple. But for super bullishness, yeah, I mean, look at that. We're all the way up here at like 40, 50 cents before it even can get excited again. But look at this damn 17-cent level. I've had this marked on this chart for so damn long. It is such an important level for some reason in Ripple that as long as we're above 17 cents, like, Ripple's totally fine. There's no problems there. We break 17 cents, though, oh, God. And it doesn't get caught anywhere in the teens, this will probably go to the single digits. Which, I'd like to say I'd be interested down there, but you have to see how it does it, You gotta have more information. And right now, all we've got is it bounced off that critical 17-cent level, and now it's getting rejected from this critical upper 20s. So maybe we're just going to be range bound for a little bit while the SEC and them go through their little issues. I think Garlic House is going to say something soon or respond to their letter or whatever. We'll see what kind of goes on with that. But I wouldn't be surprised if this just ranges here for a little bit until the market gets some more info. I wanted to show you all this real quick. Ethereum E-Trust. This is real dangerous. Grayscale and Novogratz. I hate that guy. So, as you can see, what the absolute hell is this shit? 50% down move from December 23rd to the 4th, while Ethereum... Oh my God, can I type here? While Ethereum... Wait, what? It's like, wait, what? Went up? Complete inversion. This is dangerous, man. This is not a good sign. Novogratz, if you don't know, he did a huge scam. Did this crazy IPO in one of these funds he made back in 2008 or something like that. And it completely went 99% down. It was completely got burned. He burned everyone. Like, he's a spawn from Goldman. He worked under John Corzine. Like, if you don't know who that is, that's the MF Global dude that burned everybody like 8-9 years ago. So I don't know why people trust this dude. It doesn't make any sense to me. I don't touch any of these products. I don't like them. Hey, if you want to trade them and make money off them, more power to you, man. But there's going to be a day of reckoning for this fund, and it's going to be real brutal. And I actually wouldn't be surprised if it caused some of the shenanigans or some of the market to sell off harder than it should. Maybe like some kind of Mount Gox style thing. But hey, whatever. Like I said, to each his own. All right. So I think that's about all I wanted to talk about. I guess we can look at Verge, unless someone wants me to look at something real quick. We can pull it up. ADA. I did want to look at that. Look at this. This is an awesome chart. God, I can't believe I thought I was a genius when I sold it all at like in the teens here. And this thing just keeps running and running. Hodgkinson is clearly kicking some serious ass here. Very nice movement on ADA. This is in. Let's look at some of the internals here. Yeah, I mean this is a pretty good looking chart. Kind of looks like most of the other cryptos. I mean, if we're just holding these medium term moving averages on daily-ish, give or take, like 4 hours to dailies, it's all good. Oh, this candle's kind of ugly though on the medium term time frame, this one. Yeah, so watch out on ADA. If it can't get back above this little wick here at like 33, 34 cents, yeah, that's no bueno. And then if it closes back below probably this candle here, like 28, 25 to 28 looks like kind of the support range. Ooh, shit, and this does have some bearish divergence here too, so not super great, but again, this market's real frothy and just super excited to the upside, so it's in the uptrend until it's not. And I know that sounds retarded, but that's kind of the only thing you can do in like blue sky type breakouts like this, like Bitcoin and most of the other stuff. Oh, let's go to everyone's favorite, BSV, the real Bitcoin, right? I don't know if it is or not. I'm not sure, but I do know a lot of the old cypherpunk dudes from back in the day that were maxis in my area here in Austin. They a lot of them moved to BSV away from Bitcoin, which they swore they would never do back then. And yeah, so I don't know. Take that as you will. Those guys are smarter than me. I mean, I don't hate Bitcoin SV, but here we are. Look at this consolidation, man. This is like whatever move is coming out of this, it's gonna be a big ass one. Like, I mean, look at these Bollinger Bands, too. Just throwing those on real quick. I mean, they are squeezed up, boy. So, and here we go. We got one more damn attempt. This might be it. This is looking kind of good. I kind of like this. This little fake out, and then it got caught right back on these lows, and then consolidation, and here we go. We're regaining the into the zone. Oh, actually, don't even have the power zones drawn on here. Let me do that real quick. That's real easy. Alt H can do horizontals if you want to do that real fast. So yeah, this actually looks like BSV's about to move. I really do like this price action here, especially if this daily can close up here. Still got about 4 hours left. Yeah, this is nice. This is pretty good. Let's look at it on weekly. Oh my God, look at the consolidation on the weekly. Jesus, I mean this is crazy. I mean, what is this range? It's like $20 range, 10-12% range on crypto. Like that's pretty damn wild. Yeah, so the move coming out of this is going to be massive. It does look like there's lots of resistance here at like the 263 area on the higher time frames. There's about 50% away. So, I mean, as long as this bitch is holding like 145, 150, I will continue to be in BSV. I do have a little bit of that. Let's see if we can get any things on the lower time frames. No, just kind of regained it right here. Yeah, low time frame, we get the 3-hour close or medium, let's say a 2 to 6 hour close above this local high right here at about 180. Let's call it 185 because that'll be above this wick too. Because look, it just got rejected right here on this wick as well. But if we get a close on that on a medium candle, this is probably going to run up at least to $200 again, like we did back over here in early December and late November on this little pump right here. So that would be the next target. Let's see what a 618 retracement is from that. Oh, about how funny, right at like 189, 188, where it keeps getting rejected. Yeah, so that makes sense. One interesting thing is this red line here is still pointing up. That's the longest term. That's a 377 exponential, and you're wondering maybe why I use a 377. It's just a fib. That's a fib number, so I kind of use Fibonacci in the moving averages as well. So then you don't have to draw them all the time. You kind of have like a dynamic fib being plotted on your chart constantly. But anyway, yeah, if we clear above that, man, this is gonna make it. I still think it's got some action here, because why has it not moved at all? I guess it's because it's like the newer Ripple or Bitcoin Cash, like Roger Ver, where everybody just hated him and they just hate Ripple and Brad and stuff. So it's just kind of hidden under the sheets a little bit. It got thrown under the rug. Speaking of Bitcoin Cash, let's go over there real quick. Oh, nice. Very nice. Look at that same kind of consolidation as Bitcoin SV. A little, not as tight as SV, but pretty much the same. And yeah, here we are breaking out of this area. Oh my gosh, TradeStation, you little effers. How is this thing? BitCoke. What is that? Right here, what is that must be a newer exchange. BitCoke. That's a pretty ridiculous name. Anyway, this looks real good on Bitcoin Cash. Bitcoin Cash might be playing some catch up here. Geez, yeah, wow. We clear let's call it 500 to give us a little wiggle room. We clear $500 on like a daily. Yeah, this thing is probably going to run. Oh, let's get us a little target here from these highs. Wow, I forgot Bitcoin Cash went up to. That's not going to be very accurate then. I forgot it was $4,000 at one point. Holy moly. Damn. Y'all remember that? Jeez. Look at all this support, though. This is really good when the moving averages look like this and they all stack on top of each other, especially when it's in a row by time. So, I don't know if I'm saying that the best way, but like when they're stacked, like when the shortest one's on top and they're in order of their time frame. So like the short, medium, long term, like they are now. So the blue one is my shortest. The yellow is medium short. Orange is medium, and then the white and the red are the long ones. So when they're stacked in order like that, I guess chronologically kind of, yeah, that is real good. So we've got mad support on Bitcoin Cash. It looks at about in the mid 300s. So as long as it's above that, looking pretty sexy. Oh man, shit, it's already been an hour. Holy crap. Let's go over to markets real quick, because like traditional markets. Because holy crap, look at this. Look at this candle. I guess market's getting excited about the Democrats possibly doing that whole blue wave crap, whatever. But it is finding this resistance. Look at this, at this horizontal. We keep coming up here and getting rejected. You can see that more on the lower time frames. Getting close, getting close. Is it the third time's a charm? Yeah, maybe. We need to see it close above 3,800 really, though. And then we'll probably get some continuation up to like close to 4,000 is a pretty likely target. Let's see. Yeah, that's looking good. Sometimes I was talking to my buddy earlier this morning, and we were like, "Man, is this gonna be like 99-esque?" Where like, I mean, the Nasdaq doubled in 1999 alone, and I don't know. I didn't trade back then, but I've looked at a lot of charts and stuff. Let's go look at it real quick because it's definitely noteworthy to see. I mean, it really is. It really is something. All right, let's go. Scrolling. Oh, look, I have some already notes on it. Yeah, look at this. And it wasn't even like the whole year of 99. It was just 161 days. It was only from October to March of that last part of the bubble. I mean, like half a day, 100%. Like that, it's hard to believe that can happen, but that's totally a thing. And you had some pretty brutal dumps here in the middle for equities, 15, 20% moves are huge. But yeah, look at this. Like if we're in for something like this, which it kind of feels like a little bit. I hate to say that, but man, just watch out for something real crazy. We are in total insane mode at this point. Everything is just to the moon. But that was also followed by a absolute brutal red dildo rape party for 83%, 84% down over the next, 3 years almost? Took almost 3 years for that bear market to play out. So, yeah, that's, just kind of be, I wouldn't say worried, but, just have that in the back of your mind. You got like huge profits, it's never a terrible idea to take profits or at least hedge them off, Here we go. We are up 88% though in 266 days off these coronavirus lows. So pretty big ass move. I don't think it doesn't have anything that shows that it's getting super tired yet. I guess we do have a little bit of bearish divergence on the weekly here. But again, you got to be careful with those divergence things because just to show you back here, there's lots of bearish divergence while this rallied out of it. There was a shit ton of bearish divergence before going into 08, like right here. And I guess you have to look at NDX. Let me pull that up real quick because that's the better one. You have more data on that. Yeah, so there's so much bearish divergence in this run-up these last 4 years when the market just wouldn't stop going up. I mean, it's like 600-something% in the tech bubble. I mean, that was just absolute bananas. So just, again, the trend's your friend, man. I know it sounds stupid. I used to think that's the dumbest damn thing ever when I started trading. It's like, oh, it can't be that easy. And then you try to think you're smarter than everything, and then it's like, well, maybe it is more simple. You almost have to have herd mentality when you trade. It definitely helps at some point. Being contrarian is tough. It's like, oh, I'm going to short here, short here, short here. You just keep getting burned. You don't know more than the market does, that's for sure. So here we are. Here's the Russell. Let's zoom in on there a little bit. Oh, the Russell is selling off. That is interesting because we had this really big pump on this news. The Russell was up almost 5% today off the lows overnight session, which is an absolute gargantuan move for small caps. They have been outperforming they have just had massive percent swings. Like even today, the NASDAQ was flattened down on the day and Russell was up 5%. So it's just kind of like, what the hell? This is what happened at the end of the tech bubble, too. The correlations just started really separating, and every indice would just kind of do its own thing because stuff is just all over the place at the moment. So, excuse me. So, yeah, this is that's interesting. We're already off, almost 2% off those highs. I guess they're waiting on some Georgia crap or whatever it is. I don't know how they're not done counting that already. It was 98% at like 10 o'clock last night counted, and it's still 98%. I guess they're just circle jerking in the room real quick before they finish. But Whatever. You can speculate all day on that and make fun jokes. But yeah, Russell, small caps. I mean, look at this swing right here. Almost 6% down on this. I mean, so Russell's been moving like a crypto almost. This is pretty wild. Looks like it's about to regain its strength too. That is pretty bananas. What time is it? All right, 1:45. I'm going to have to sign off here shortly because I am going to need to go back to markets and manage some stuff before the day ends on traditional, on equities and all that stuff. Oh, let's look at weed stocks real quick, because if the Democrats do get the blue sweep thing or wave or whatever the shit it's called, let's see, where are they? Here we go. You can see weed stocks today, absolute banana moves. Real nice pumping. I mean, most of them are up super huge, probably on the anticipation of those. Tilray popping, making a little doji though. That's kind of ugly. Cron making a little doji too. So they're already backing off. That makes sense with the market selling off. But in the longer term picture, if we go out to like a weekly, these actually look like pretty good charts. Like, let's look at HMMJ. Where's that one at? Because that's like an ETF, so it has quite a few of them. All right, yeah. So this kind of just encompasses the general weed market. And so you can see, like, man, this is good posturing. Like what I was just saying earlier about the, excuse me, about the moving averages. Well, we don't even have enough data to populate the long-term moving averages, the red and the white, which you can see here. Look at that. We're getting above the red. So this is pretty good looking. And I would anticipate that if we do get the blue wave thing, yeah, I mean, they're probably going to decriminalize or deschedule it. They're going to do something for weed. And that's already probably going to happen no matter what here soonish. Mexico's voting, I think, again in April on legalizing it. They have up until April to change some of the info, which is funny they picked April because, as you know, 420 is in April, so that's kind of hilarious. But yeah, I think weed stocks are definitely something to keep an eye out right now. I've got a list right here, a whole long list. A lot of these are shit companies, like, for real. They're like shit coins, so do be careful. But yeah, I mean, feel free to check this out. I'm going to, like, expand some stuff, too, and try to put more information and share some of these so you can easily load them into, maybe an Excel stuff so I can share, like, some of the lists that I've made over time. As you can see, I've got all kinds of different lists here. Precious metals, tankers. So like I said, I'm going to try to do some different things and just provide some more value for the stream here. And I got a couple more ideas, but hey, this is just the first one. So let's see. Let's look at is it weed? I think it's weed. No, that's canopy growth. It's not that one. Shit. It's not Cron. Shit, I can't remember the damn other ETF right now. Yeah, look, some of these were so shitty they already have been delisted, the ones in red. But yeah, here I can kind of scroll through here slow if you want to see those. You can just pause it and write some of them down. But yeah, this is a bunch of weed stocks. I know there's probably more, but these are the ones that I've got at the moment. All right, so I think that's going to wrap it up unless someone wants to type in the chat something I can look at real quick before I take off. Other than that, I do appreciate the few people that have joined in and out, coming through. Much love. We're going to keep trying to do these. I'm not exactly sure the time frame yet. I'd like to do them kind of live during the day. I'm going to try to do them every single day, but I've still been kind of working out some kinks in my office and just kind of like the best time to do it. So yeah, I think that's going to wrap it up. We'll just finish it up real quick with Mama Bear pumping some more. You can't stop her. It's all the way up. Oh, look at that. Let's go. Party time, baby. But yeah, unless, like I said, I'll just let it go for a couple minutes here. If anyone wants to type in there and I can go look at something again or has any questions or suggestions, etc., all that good stuff, Don't be afraid to type something in there. Oh, here we go. We can do this while I'm kind of waiting maybe for that. Looking at some of these crazy ass blockchain companies. Look at these damn things. They're actually like outperforming Bitcoin. Which, who would have thunk that? I kind of missed that whole boat. I feel kind of stupid for that, but whatever. Tis what it is. Yeah, I mean, look at these. 400%. Here's another one. Hive blockchain, 700%. I'm just doing the recent ones the last couple months. 700%. Look at this one. 700%. This one I just found. I'm not sure if it's blockchain related or not. I just kind of found it, so don't. I'm just watching this one at the moment. So don't know if it's blockchain related. I kind of just threw it in this group here. Good stuff, man. Glad you're back. Thanks, Joe. Appreciate that. Love you guys. Hey, maybe we'll see. I don't know if you're going to Dallas, but I think I'm going to try to get someone to cover me for work to go partying in D-Town. That sounds pretty fun. But yeah, I got a lot of other stuff I could talk about, but we'll save that for tomorrow. And much love, guys. Thanks a lot. And I will see y'all soon.